My name is Ahmed Khan and I made my first $10,000 a month at the age of 20. And my goal with making these videos is actually not to make the most amount of money I can. My goal with making these videos is to help you make the most amount of money you can. Because I know if I actually help you win, I'll inevitably win myself as well. That's why I make all of these long, unedited, insanely valuable videos. My purpose is to get 100 people on my channel to become actually financially free. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining you what I would do if I was starting from complete scratch. And scratch meaning not having a lot of money in the bank, not knowing which skills to pick, not knowing what business model to pick, and getting to making $1,000 a month every single month consistently online. Now, first of all, why are you watching this video? Now, the simple reason why you're watching this video is because you are poor. But poor and rich, these words, don't get offended, are actually very subjective. I have a friend and he's making $20,000 to $25,000 every single month and he feels like he's the poorest person in the planet. And I have other friends who are making 2, 3, 4K per month and they feel rich. They feel like they make that money online, they have the financial freedom, they can travel, they can do whatever they want. So the terms rich and poor are completely subjective. Now, the reason why you're here is because you are poorer than where you actually want to be. And the question is, what is the solution for this, right? What is the solution? And I'll tell you this, before we get into it, the solution is not a side hustle that's gonna make you $400 more every single month. Some people think that. Some people are like, oh, I just need like a side hustle that makes me $400 a month more, so I actually make with my current income a little more and I'm okay. But you're still poor. You're still, as they say, like broke. It's still that situation. And I know if you watch this video, you want to completely get out of that situation, all right? As well as the solution is not to procrastinate until, I guess, someone holds your hand, gets you to sit in front of a laptop and gets you to start this business. The solution is probably not that. The only solution that we have, my friends, is to actually build a business and build a business now. Now, if you want to build an online business, if you want to reach financial freedom, if you want to reach location and time freedom, then what I do is I create entirely this content for completely free. And on top of it, I have a school community that is also completely free. There are like courses in there, there's coaching in there, there's going to be like community in there as well. And it's again, completely free for like-minded people like you. You can join that from the link in the description, completely free. Now, let's get into what is building a business. What the hell do you do when you're building this business, right? In simple terms, when you're building a business, you are solving a problem for someone. Now, last time I checked, there are 2 different ways to make money, online or in general, right? And these are, number 1, get money from people's bank accounts without them knowing. And again, last time I checked, this was illegal. And there's another way, which is get people to pay you willingly. And the last time I checked, this was legal. If it's still legal, this is what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So there needs to be a reason why other people pay you money. And that reason is simply the value that you provide to them in return. Now, right now, if you're not making the money that you want, that simply means in definition, you're not providing enough value to the society, to the marketplace, and that's why you're making this much money that you're making. Let's say you have a full-time job right now, and that full-time job is paying you $2,000 a month, right? That's what you're making. And if you're only making $2,000 a month from your current job, that's what you deserve. You don't deserve more than that. Here's the catch. I made $10,000 last month, around that, and I only deserve $10,000. I don't deserve more than that. Why? Because if I deserved more than that, I would already make that. So my goal is not to make more money. My goal is to deserve more money, add more value to the society so I can make more. So if you're making $2,000 a month from your full-time job, right? Don't get offended when I say you're only deserving that, because that's the current situation. You need to be adding more skills, more knowledge, more experience to what you do and build an online business so you deserve to make more money, you add more value to society, and that's how you make money. Okay? These are little like terms where some people might get offended, but those people should not be on my channel. Like we all started from somewhere. I was broke as fuck 2 years ago. I'm gonna tell a couple of stories on this channel that make me like really insecure about talking, but I will. Why? I wanna show you guys where I started. So the only way to stop being broke is to figure out how to add more value to people, to society, to the marketplace, and so solve bigger problems so that you can get paid more handsomely. Okay? Now, let's get into the stage number one, the step number one, because I'm going to be covering everything in 4 steps. Step number one is, what business model should you pick? And interestingly, this is the easiest step, and even though this is the easiest step, most people actually don't go above this step. So I have 4 steps that I'm talking about right here, and most people, probably like 70-80% of people, are just literally stuck in the step number one. They can't even fully decide what they want to do, and even if they decide what they want to do, they don't actually try to make it happen. Like, honestly, if you actually try, you'll probably make it, because most people don't even try. But I'm gonna walk you through everything now. Now, first of all, we have to realize this main problem. And the problem is, you're watching this video, and I'm going to be suggesting you a couple of things you can do. And just like this video, you probably watched a lot more other videos from other people. And if they're making money, they probably also know what they're talking about as well. And that's why you have been bombarded with, this business model is amazing, this business model is amazing, do this, do that, do this, do that. And because of the fact that you have so many options, you can't choose. If you had only one option, you go to a gas station, there's only one sandwich, you're hungry, you get the sandwich. If there are 10 other sandwiches, you're like, which one do I pick now, right? This is what we call the option fallacy. When you have a lot of options, making a decision becomes more difficult. So that's why a lot of people actually end up choosing not like a solid business model, they're like just not sure. So what I did is, I actually ended up asking ChatGPT to give me some business ideas so I can show you what's currently on the market. And when I look into this, there's like so many different business models that's here. It's like I couldn't even fit them into a one fucking screen next to me. The question is, what do we do then? Like, what's the solution? There's so many things. I'm gonna teach you now. Okay? Don't look at this, cut this out now. The reason why we get we have so many options is because people want to make money, people want to sell you their stuff. And that's why they say this is amazing, this is amazing. And now I'm going to be telling you why what I suggest you is actually much better than anything else. Not anything else, there might be anything that's better in the world. This is good, that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to give you the reasons why this is better than other things. Now, what the fuck do we do? There are so many businesses that we can start. What I would do, I'm not telling you to do anything. You're a adult who can make his decisions or her decisions. You can make those decisions. Like, I'm not telling you what to do. What I would do is I would start undoubtedly an online service-based business. Okay, an online service-based business. If I was starting from scratch. Now, what does scratch mean? Scratch means you don't have a lot of money in the bank that you can start the business with. You can't spend $10,000, $15,000 to start a business, right? As well as you don't have a lot of skills. That's the problem. For example, a client of mine, he is currently trying to get into the SaaS business. He was doing an online service-based business, and he cracked $20K per month in general. And then right now he's building a SaaS business. SaaS meaning he's building a software. But the problem is, if he was building the software in the beginning, he had no money, he had no skills, he wouldn't be able to. But now, as he already did the first business, which was the service-based business, now he can do that. So as a beginner, if you're watching this video, to make your first $1,000, you can't fucking build a SaaS business, you can't build a software business. You don't have the skills, you don't have the money. That's why a much simpler business is going to be so much better for you. Now, when I say an online service-based business, what do I mean? What is an online service-based business? Let me explain. You're going to understand very easily what it is. There are 2 things. Number 1, an online service-based business is either a skill that you can provide to people, such as you might be doing video editing, you might be doing like graphic design, like thumbnail design, you might be doing copywriting, you might be doing sales, a skill that you can provide to other people. Or number 2, it's something that you can teach to other people, which means it's becoming an online coach. And you can coach people on fitness, productivity, self-improvement, how to make money online, NoFap, mindset. You can coach people on anything, right? And when you look at this, both of these businesses, they might look a little different, but they're actually fundamentally the same. You have the offer, you have marketing, you have sales, you have client success, and it's basically the same. So if I was starting from scratch, I would either learn like sales or copywriting or video editing like a skill and then monetize that through doing this work for other people, or I would pick like fitness or like productivity or like something like this to coach people on that. And in exchange, by helping people become better in life, like I would get paid in exchange for that. This is exactly what I would do. Now, the first question that we have to answer is not actually how to build this business, but why would I pick this? Again, the title of this video is, what would I do if I was starting from scratch with no like money and maybe even limited time? Okay, so why would I pick this business? Again, first of all, you can do whatever you want. This is what I would do. Number one, an online service-based business actually requires no capital to start. It literally requires $0. It requires you, your brain, your hands, and a laptop. Generally, right? And when that's the case, you don't have to like. I have a couple of clients who used to do dropshipping in the past, and these were like students or like full-time people who have full-time jobs, and they were spending money on ads every single day, and they were not getting anything back. And that's why, like, they were like, oh, bro, I don't have a lot of money I can spend on ads. Why? Because dropshipping is not like a beginner-friendly business model. You have to fucking spend money on ads, and you don't have that much money. So a service-based business makes much more sense because you literally sit down, you use your time, and you do something for someone else, and you get paid in exchange. Or you teach something to someone else, and you get paid in exchange. Now, that's the first reason why I would do it, right? Requires no money to start. And number two, the business model is actually very simple. When you boil it down to the absolute fundamentals, it is you have something that other people need. You find these people and tell them you can do the thing that they need. And number three, you convince these people, you persuade these people to pay you for that, and that's kind of like the entire business. Now, I'm going to be teaching you all in details, but that is the how essentially simple the business is. Okay. The third thing is there's no risk, and there is no risk comes from the first thing, which is it requires no money to start. If you only have $2,000 in your bank account, if you spend $1,000 to build the business in the beginning, if that business doesn't do anything, you lost that 1,000, and that's literally half of your net worth in the beginning. But you have time. And that's why this business requires your time. And worst case scenario, you lose your time. But in my opinion, if you are losing time by building a business, you actually never lose time because you're learning, you're actually like getting the experience, knowledge, and possibly even testimonials from people that you can use to make money later down the line. So I don't look at this as losing time. Worst case scenario, you're actually like learning and experiencing. You're like a fucking intern basically, right? And the fourth thing is you could get paid tomorrow. In a lot of businesses, what happens is when you order something from fucking China, it comes in, you sell it to someone. It takes a long time to actually get your first couple of bucks. And in this business, technically, if you have a known skill, it is going to be a while until you make money because you need to sharpen your skills. But if you have the skills, if you're learning sales, for example, from this channel, if you're learning marketing from this channel, you can literally get paid tomorrow. You can find one person who needs your services, who needs your coaching, you can get paid literally tomorrow. And I wrote here the location and time freedom, but here's the thing, even though with this business model you can have full location freedom, you can live wherever you want, and you can actually pick which hours that you work work whenever you want, but in most online businesses, you technically can do that. If you do dropshipping, SMMA, if you do like full-on high-ticket sales, you can do anything that you want, right, like this. They all give you location and time freedom, and this business model, coaching or having a service-based business, gives the same. I want to include that. Now, basically the only thing you have to learn is the skill of client acquisition. Now, what I tell to people is all the time, and what I want to try this actually once, is if I lost everything right now, literally if I lost everything right now, including my YouTube channel, including my current clients, I know how I would make exactly minimum 5K a month next month. Because I already acquired all of the skill set that's needed to make the money. And when you're building this business model, every single day, you're going to be learning all of these skills. And as you're learning all of these skills, it technically becomes impossible for you to be broke. So when I say, for example, I achieved financial freedom, even though I have the money to travel, I have the money to do whatever I want, I'm not kind of doing it because I'm focused on my business now. But the reason why the true financial freedom comes from you being maybe possibly losing everything in one day, and the next day you being able to make a solid amount of money back. And because of the fact that I built skills like, for example, marketing and sales, and honestly, especially sales, I tell myself this, because of the fact that I built this business, right, this online service-based online coaching type of businesses, I know how to sell. I know how to sell. I know how to sell. And worst case, I'll get a high-ticket closer job, and I'll make minimum $5,000 to $7,000 a month. And that's what I want you to do as well. I want you to try these businesses and improve your skills so much that worst case, you still can make a lot of money. Okay? Now, at this stage, before we get into the next step, right? I need you to have decided fully exactly what you want to do. And deciding what you want to do should not be like a long thing. You should be already deciding in like 5 seconds. You know what you want to do. Most people say, yeah, sit down and journal, but like you kind of know in the back of your mind what you want to do. Which service that you have. If you have the skill of video editing, it is what it is. If you have the skill of you're good at writing, it's copywriting. If you want to coach people at fitness, it's fitness. If you want to coach people at NoFap, I've seen a lot of people make really good money with that. That's what it is. Okay? And right after you decide, let's get to the second step of this. And the second step is actually deciding your target avatar. And I wrote this one saying here, which is I think very, very important saying in business, which is if you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to no one. If you solve all the problems for everyone, you might think you would make more money, but in never the case that is, okay? If you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to no one. So in this part of this mini course, you can call it full guide, Ahmed's amazing full guides, I'm going to be teaching you right now deciding your target avatar. Who is going to be your target avatar? First of all, what is a target avatar? A target avatar is simply people who you will be targeting to work with. These are your dream customers, right? If everything was in the perfect case scenario, who would be your dream customer? This is the target avatar that you have. Now, any target avatar that you pick, it doesn't matter which business you want to build, it doesn't matter like which path you picked 5 minutes ago. All of your target avatars, guys, needs to have 2 qualifiers. And these qualifiers are number 1, the pain to buy, as well as the ability to buy. For example, let me give you an example. Example 1, you want to become a fitness coach, let's say. I'm going to give you 3 target avatars. And I already wrote here which ones are the correct ones, which ones are the wrong ones. Maybe I should have made it like a challenge. Pick the one that's the worst. And the 3 target avatars are like these. Dads over 40 who want to lose weight, entrepreneurs in their 20s who want to stay in shape while building a business, and number 3, teenagers who want to bulk up. Here is the general understanding you need to have. I want to first target ability to pay with this one. If you work with people, dads over 40 who want to lose weight, do you think these people have the money to pay for your services, for your fitness coaching? Yeah, these people probably have a stable job. They're dads, and they're making some okay money. I mean, compared to a random teenager, they're probably making much more money. And they generally do have the money to pay for your services. Number 2, entrepreneurs who are in their 20s who want to stay in shape while building their business. A very niche target. You're literally working with entrepreneurs in their 20s who want to stay in shape while being busy with their business. Do they have the money to pay? Probably, yeah. The third thing is teenagers who want to bulk up. The problem with this is, if you're working with teenagers who want to bulk up, they might be in high school, they might be, like for example, in the first year of uni and stuff, and these people are generally broke. And as these people are generally broke, if your target is to coach teenagers on how to bulk up, the problem becomes these people will not have the money to pay for your services. And if your target avatar is broke, you will be also broke. So pick a target avatar who actually has the ability to pay for your services in the beginning, okay? That's one. And number 2, the pain. For example, let's say we have discussed that you're going to be a video editor. Like you said, I can video edit, I want to make money online with video editing. That's my passion. Possible target avatar. Online coaches who sell a high-ticket program. Now, why should you work with online coaches who sell a high-ticket program? Number 1, they can have the money to pay you. If a guy is coaching people about fitness, right, and he charges $2,000 for his services and he has a lot of clients, you know that that guy makes a lot of money. So if you video edit for that person for his social media, then probably he has the money to pay if you can make good case of why your video editing is going to help them. Right? And the second thing is they also have the pain, and the pain is they don't have time to edit their own videos. Right? When I sit down, I'm actually going to edit this video myself, but so not a good example of what the situation is, but generally I upload so many videos and I don't have the time to edit these videos. That's why I have literally a video editor, and he has a team where these videos get edited. Why? Because it's a pain of mine. I don't have the time to edit my own videos. And generally, when you're doing service-based businesses, you will be helping a more successful entrepreneur than you, right? But you'll be saving that person time. For example, if you're doing copywriting, you're going to be doing the emails of that specific, for example, you can say YouTuber, online entrepreneur, online coach, whatever that person is, or writing their sales page. Why? Because you have the skill as well as they don't have the time to learn the skill or do the job themselves. Okay, that's what happens. Now, the biggest mistake I see is young guys who want to even coach younger guys. If you watch this channel, especially if you're in my school community, I hope on like one-on-one calls with people for free in my school community, and just to give them advice basically, and just to see what they're doing, so I can give better advice on these videos. So if you want to hop on that call, basically completely free, not a sales call, you can join my school community. And what I realized the biggest mistake you guys make is, biggest mistake who guys want to become coaches make is they say, I'm like 18 to 20 years old, they're like 18 to 20 years old, and they say, I want to coach my younger version 2 years ago because I think I can help him a lot. That's good. Why? Because your 2 years ago younger version has the pain to buy. That person has the pain. If you want to do fitness coaching, you booked up, you went through an amazing transformation, you can help that kid. The problem is that kid doesn't have the money to pay. And that's why if your target avatar is broke, you'll be broke. Or let's say you teach students how to get better grades. Can you do that? Yeah. Will you be able to scale to charging high ticket? No, you can't charge high ticket for that. Now, you can make maybe $100 a month from one student, and in total you will end up making like 1 to 2K, but that's the maximum you can make. You can't scale that. And the only way you can even get there is if you have a big social media following. So generally, two things. You want to pick and like a niche, something you want to help people with, where your target avatar has the money to pay first of all, as well as they have the pain that they want to buy. Okay? So, if your target avatar is broke, you'll also stay broke. Now, after you have decided your target avatar, it's time to go to the marketing. Now, you probably heard the saying of like marketing a lot. You don't know what the word means. Marketing, guys, basically mean it's turning people who don't know you and who don't know your offer, who don't know your service, to turning those people into basically people who know your offer, who know your service, who know you as a person, right? That's basically what marketing means. And then we're gonna cover sales, and sales basically means turning those people who know you, who know your offer, who know your service, to people who buy those services. Okay? That's marketing and sales. In like basically dialing them down into street words basically. Okay? Now, marketing means turning people who don't know you and your offer to know about you and your offer. The reason why you're not making any money is because people don't know you exist. We need to reach out to people to promote our services. Now, there's a saying from Luxor Mozi, great entrepreneur, watch his videos before you watch mine, and what he says is, he says, people don't know you exist, advertise more. So advertising basically means marketing in every single term, and that means if you're not getting any clients, then people don't know you exist, people don't know your offer exists. That's why you gotta do more marketing, you gotta do more reaching out to people, right? So in this third stage, in this third step, I'm gonna be teaching you how to reach out to get leads. Now, first of all, the question is, where do you find the potential leads you can reach out to, right? Where do you find these people? And honestly, the answer is going to be, there is not one answer. I wrote here Instagram DMs because that's what I'm going to teach you now. But there are so many ways that you can do this. You can email these people, you can LinkedIn DM, you can find these people through running ads, you can make content. There's all the things you can do. But the fastest way and the most beginner-friendly way that I think exists better, as well as the thing that I've done, is finding people on Instagram and then DMing them. Okay, now the next question, how do you find your qualified leads? Okay, we will find the people on Instagram, but how do we actually find people? So this is a little different for service-based businesses as well as coaching businesses. Service-based meaning you're a video editor, you're a copywriter, you're a sales guy, and those type of things. And the coaching business meaning you coach people on something. Now, if you're a coach, if you coach people on something, then create content around your coaching. Create productivity content if that's what you offer. If you get young people, or if you like, let's give this example. If you're a relationship coach and you coach online entrepreneurs to become better in relationships so they can attract more women into their lives, If that's what you do, create content around that on Instagram. Because Instagram basically is a platform where when you upload things, Instagram algorithm understands what this content is for, and it recommends it to other people who also search for those things, who also watch those type of videos, and that means it becomes this incredible place where you can get clients. Why? If you make content, by the way, this is great for like small accounts as well. You don't have to be CBUM to make fitness content. Here's the thing, you don't have to be CBUM to get fitness coaching clients. Not like that at all. If you're literally making videos around your niche, you will attract people who need your services. They will literally like your posts, follow you because they want the value. And then slowly you gather an audience of people who are struggling with productivity, if that's what you offer, right? And the moment someone follows you, likes your post, comments on something, watches your story, what you do is you actually reach out to this person. Right? You send this person a message. Now, when you're reaching out to this person, I'm going to teach you what to message them as well. But basically, when you're doing a coaching business, you've got to create content on Instagram, and people who, or this can even be YouTube as well, or this can be any other platform, but Instagram is the one that's currently in like 2024, 2025, the fastest to monetize because you can DM people. YouTube is the one that I use, but I've been doing YouTube for 4 years. If I was starting from scratch, I would do Instagram. But because I've been on YouTube for 4 years, it's more likely for me to stay here. It makes more sense. Now, and the moment people engage with your posts, engage with your content, what you do is you reach out to them. Those are your qualified leads. And number two, you go to your competitors, which I didn't write here, but you go to your competitors who are doing exactly what you want to do, who are doing your productivity coaching, and you DM their followers. Because those people haven't found you yet. They found that person, but they're looking for the same thing. So you can essentially cut the line and get them as a client as well. Okay? Now the next thing is a service-based business. And an example is you do copywriting and your target avatar is business coaches. What you want to do is you want to write the emails, you want to write the sales pages of business coaches, and that's your skill. That's what you want to do. Perfect. What you do is it's very fucking simple. You literally search business coaches on Instagram. And the moment you search business coaches on Instagram, you will find a gazillion people. Why? Because people who are business coaches who want to get clients, they put business coaches in their bio, in their like name and stuff, so that they can be found on Instagram SEO. And that means you can also very easily target them as well. You can find these people boom, boom, boom like this. And then you send them a message. You reach out to all of them. Now, the question is, how many DMs do you send per day, right? How much of this work that you do? And my answer is honestly, don't question it. Send 50 a day. Send 50 a day minimum. Don't question this, right? If you send 0 to 20, you probably won't make it. I think the people who actually say, okay, man, I'm listening to this kid, and this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. Let me listen to it further. And you've been here for like 25 minutes because this is 25 minutes of this video. The reason why you're going to lose if you're building this business is the fact that you're not sending out enough reach outs to people. I'll just tell you this. The reason why you're going to lose is because you're not sending out enough reach outs. Okay, you're sending like 10, 15. That's not enough. Do 50, 50, right? And then the question is, what do you message these people, right? And the reason why we're messaging these people is simply because we want to book a call with these people. And in that call, we're going to be selling our services. So keep this in mind. Your goal is to book that person on a sales call with you. But when you're messaging them, I'm not going to give you an exact DM script. If you like me to, comment below, I'll do that too. But when you're messaging these people, the goal is not to seem salesy and like hop on a call with them. The goal is to seem genuine, and the goal is to actually have a nice conversation with them that leads to a sales conversation. Okay? And I wrote here 3 things that you should be talking about, which is essentially like these 3 things are the fundamentals in sales, which is where are they currently, where do they want to go, and what's holding them back. So let's give a fitness example. You're a fitness coach, you want to get clients. Where are they currently? They're fat. Where do they want to go? They want to get a 6-pack. What's holding them back? Their current diet and workout plan. Perfect. Can you help that person? Yeah. Invite them to a one-on-one call where you are going to be teaching them how to do this. And then when they hop on the call, they realize you'll be teaching them, but it's kind of paid, basically. That's the entire mentality. If you're a service-based business, you're a video editor, right? You reach out to this person and you ask them, do you edit your videos yourself? He says, yeah, I edit them myself. He's like, in a hypothetical world, do you want someone else to do this so they can focus on sales calls? You can focus on, let's say, client acquisition, the most important things. The guy would be like, probably, yeah. You're like, perfect, I'm a video editor, bro. Let's talk about the details. If it makes sense, if you want to do it, I would love to do your videos and give you this mental freedom where you can focus on getting clients, right? Simple as that. It's a sales conversation. Where are you, point A? Where do you want to go, point B? What's holding you back? That's simple as that. And when you're having this conversation, after the conversation is done, after they say, yeah, man, cool, let's open a call, what you do is you send them a link to book a call with you. Now, there are a couple of softwares that can do this. There's, I think, HubSpot. There's, I think, Calendly. And Calendly is the one that you probably know, that I know that everyone uses. So I would use Calendly. The free version, you don't need to get the paid version yet. Like, I have the paid version. My clients have all the paid version because we do like a little complicated shit with that as well. But in the very beginning, you don't need to get the paid version. You just can get the free version and use that to book the call with this person. Now, after you do your marketing, now it's time for the sales. And as I said, marketing is the process from getting people who don't know you, who don't know your offer, who don't know anything about you, to know about you. And sales is the process from taking people who already know about you to people who buy from you. That's sales process. And there's a lot of ways to do sales. You can have phone sales calls, you can have close people in the DMs and stuff. There's so many ways to go. But the most logical one, the one that I use, the one that literally everyone in the industry is using, is a Zoom sales call that you book from Calendly, okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is actually the show-up rates. Show-up rates basically means if 10 people book a call and 5 of them show up, you have a 50% show-up rate. You're losing half of the people because why would, like, people sometimes book calls with you, but they might not show up. In my business, last month, we had literally 91.5, so like 92% show-up rates. But most people in the average industry, they have like 50% show-up rates. Good businesses have like 60, 65%. But generally, on average, people have like 50% show-up rates. That means you literally lose 5 people who book calls with you out of 10 calls that are booked, which is not good. So what you do is you actually remind these people that they have a call with you. And you can do this through, if you close on DMs, you can say, hey man, don't forget, like, we got a call tomorrow, talk to you soon, talk to you tomorrow. Or you can send them an email because you know their email, they booked a call with you already. You can send an email to them, you can send automated emails from Calendly, remind them that you have a call. That's number 1. Number 2, the biggest point, how do you actually take a sales call? Now, this video itself is going to be minimum like 40 minutes. So if you want me to dive deep into this specifically, I for sure can, so let me know. But I'm going to give you the basic understanding behind a sales script, a sales call, right? Again, if you want me to deep dive into this, let me know. So basically, the simple sales structure I'm going to be teaching you is completely universal. Everyone does this, but it's not like a full sales script. A full sales script would take me like another 40 minutes to go over. Let me know if you want me to make that. Now, the sales part happens like this. Sales basically means someone is here at the point A and they want to go to the point B and they can't because of some X reason, right? And you help them get over this X reason so they can go to where they want to go to. If you're a productivity coach, these people are unproductive, they want to become more productive, and the reason why they're not productive is because they don't have a good daily routine, their mindset sucks, they don't know the strategies. What you do is you do that so that you solve those problems for them. Let's say you do fitness coaching and this is where they are, they're fat, they're not in shape, and they want to become in shape, right? And that's why they need to go through this entire workout plan, their diet plan, they don't know how to do. That's why you do it. That's what you help them with. Let's say you're a copywriter and this one guy wants to go from making 10K a month to go to 15, 20K a month, and he can't because he doesn't have the time to do so. So what you do is you walk in, you do the writing the emails, you do the sales pages, so the entrepreneur has more time to work on the most important things so they make more money. It's like you help people go from A to B. What you do is in the call, you ask questions about the point A. Where are you right now? What are you struggling with? What are the things that are holding you back? What's the current situation? And then you ask, where do you want to go? What's the dream goal? What do you want to achieve, right? Where do you want to be? And when you ask all of these questions, you know in the back of your mind, you know if you can help that person or not. And if you can fill the gap in between A and B, you make them an offer. And the offer is what your service basically is. And that's literally the entire sales conversation. And even when I look into my sales script, it's like, what are you right now? I'm currently doing this and this and this and this. Where do you want to go? I do this and this and this and this. Perfect. This is what I help people with, if that's something that you want to do, right? You get a yes or no. That's kind of like what a sales conversation kind of like goes to when I dive deep into that, like a very basic level. But here's what you gotta know. Most people will say no to you in the beginning. And generally, 90% of people will say no to you. 10% of people will say, oh yeah, sure, perfect, let's do it, let's go, I'm gonna buy. But the other 90% of people will say no to you in the beginning. And that means you simply have to learn how to objection handle. Objection handling literally means turning a no that someone said to you to basically a yes. And again, objection handling would take me another 40-45 minutes to completely explain. If you want me to dive deep into it, let me know, I'll show you, right? But I can make a complete another video about this. Generally, objection handling is the most difficult part of a sales call because everyone can ask questions about where they are, where they want to go, or if they can actually help them or not. Everyone can do that, but it's very difficult to turn that no when someone tells you, oh, I have to talk to my partner, I have to talk to my parent, I have to talk to this person, or I'm not sure if this is for me, I don't have the money to do it, it's too expensive, I don't have the time. When someone gives you a bullshit excuse, turning that no to a yes is the difficult job generally, okay? So if you want me to do that, sure, I'll make a video about that as well. And then we have the pricing, and the pricing is how much should you actually charge these people? And it's so weird to me because I think it just fucking doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because you're in the beginning stages of building your business. If in the beginning, your first client, if you haven't got any clients, how much money the first client pays, it's not important. Because you need to be in this process of constantly getting in 2 to 3, 4 clients every single month. And when that happens, then your pricing is important. But when you're literally beginning to start this business, you haven't reached out to anyone yet, and you're thinking to yourself, what should I charge? Bro, you don't have a sales call. Like, it just doesn't make sense for you to think about a price before you have ever reached out to someone else. But if you want a number, just charge $1,000, all right? Charge $1,000 a month. You do copywriting, charge $1,000. Video editing, charge $1,000. If you do X, Y, and Z, just charge $1,000. You do coaching, charge $1,000 a month. Yes, you will get a lot of no's. You will get a lot of no's, but you only need 1, 2, 3 people to say you yes. And the moment 1, 2, 3 people tell you yes, and there's a lot of people who will do this. Literally, I like watching William Brown videos, and William Brown is a guy who helps people like grow their online coaching businesses. He's a really good guy, and like he literally gives this example that he has a client who teaches people how to knit, right? And as she teaches people how to knit, she makes like 10 to 20K every single month. She charges $1,000 for that. She gets like 10 to 20 clients every single month. She makes let's say 15K every month. You're like, wow, fuck. If you do fitness coaching, you can easily find more people than that. And you can easily find prospects who have more pain. Because what's the fucking pain of knitting? Like, I don't know, knitting, I gotta pay $1,000. No, but for fitness, you can do that. For productivity, you can do that. For making money online, you can do those things, okay? So, how much should you charge? Honestly, doesn't matter before you have a sales call. And 99% of people who are watching this video won't even do the job to get a sales call, okay? But if you have a sales call, just charge $1,000, get the no first, objection handled. I've been on sales calls where I was selling something for $37, literally $37 a month. I got the objection of it's too expensive, or what am I getting for this price? I don't think it's the right time for me. I also sold things that were $1,000, $2,000. I also sold things actually for a company that I worked with for $3,000 as well. And I still got the same objections. It's not the right time for me, it's too expensive. So work with people who actually can pay those prices and then charge high. That's what I would suggest. Now, here is realistically what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is, in the beginning, you'll send 50 messages the first day, and this is the good option, by the way, right? The first bad option is you don't want to even watch the video until this far, so you never built a business. There's a saying in Turkish, it says, there's a saying in Turkish that says, eşeği suya götürebilirsin ama su içiremezsin. And that means you can get a donkey to bring it to next to the river, but you can't make it drink. So that's what I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do is I'm literally trying to show what people charge money for in like courses. I'm trying to give it away for free, and I just need you to fucking drink the water. Like, I'm bringing you to next to the river. Just fucking drink, okay? Bro, actually, I might use that analogy to as like my marketing pitch. I'll bring you next to the river. The only thing you gotta do is fucking drink the water. So here's realistically what's gonna happen. You will send 50 messages in the first day, and you'll get 2 replies. And those both 2 people will ghost you. And the second day, you will send another 50 DMs. Right? And then after 1 week, you've sent 350 DMs to 350 people. And probably you're gonna get only 20 answers. And out of those 20 people who answered you, right, out of their DMs, only 4 of them are gonna book a sales call. The other 16 are not gonna book a sales call. And out of those 4, you'll probably convince like 1 of them. but now you're making $1,000 a month. Now, let me give you a bonus lecture here. The bonus lecture is this. How do you scale this up to 3K a month? 1K a month is probably not your full-time job, but if you want to quit your full-time job and do this full-time, how do you scale this to 3K a month? You just do exactly what you've done for the first client, repeat back, do the exact same outreach, exact same sales, and you get 2 more clients, and now you're making 3K a month. Now you can quit your job and focus on this full-time. And when you focus on this full-time, do 2 more of these and get to 5K a month. When you're making 5K a month, in my opinion, you're kind of financially free. And the moment you're there, let me know so I can cross 1 more person out of my list. I can be like, we reached out to, now, because my purpose is get to 100 people who became financially free through watching my free YouTube videos. I can cross like 1 person from that list. Okay? Now, before we end this, again, I have a free school community that you can join where there's a community of like-minded people just like you. I have a course there that's like probably like 10 hours of business content again. It's also pretty fucking valuable, and you also get to ask me questions because I'm kind of like everyday online on my school community. If you want to build a business and reach financial freedom, the community is linked in the description. You can go check it out. My friends, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll be uploading videos like these, which are incredibly valuable consistently, and so that you can build your business, all right? Get to financial freedom. I'm so fucking happy that I get to share what I'm learning on my journey.